India produces more milk than any other country on the planet. It is a massive, highly fragmented industry. At the very top of that food chain are two cooperative giants, the Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation, known as Amul, and the Karnataka Milk Federation, or Nandini. This scorecard lays out their scale. Amul brings in $11 billion, processing 310 LLPD across India. Nandini generates $3 billion, handling 85 LLPD within Karnataka. LLPD stands for Lakh Liters Per Day, 100,000, so Amul moves 31 million liters daily. Despite the difference in size, both of these organizations share the exact same DNA. They were built on the Anand Cooperative Blueprint, a model designed decades ago to cut out middlemen and connect rural dairy farmers directly to consumers. But they took wildly different paths. Amul evolved into a highly agile, global consumer goods brand. Nandini dug in and became a strictly regional powerhouse, virtually untouchable in its home territory. Looking at these two playbooks, Amul's free market agility versus Nandini's state-backed dominance, shows us exactly what happens when you optimize a business for completely different goals, and which model actually creates a more resilient enterprise. Amul's defining characteristic is its structural independence. Its national board operates free from government mandates, giving them total control over their supply chain. This autonomy allows Amul to run a strict cost-plus pricing strategy. They figure out what it costs to pay farmers fairly, add a slim margin to cover operations, and sell at high volumes. Because they don't need political permission, Amul can proactively raise retail prices across the country whenever inflation hits or when feed costs rise. They protect their margins and they protect their farmers' paychecks. This chart plots pricing power against market share. Amul sits high on the y-axis, retailing milk around 54 rupees per liter. The trade-off is in the data. By maintaining higher prices, Amul sacrifices the perception of being the cheapest option. But they use those protected margins to fund relentless marketing campaigns and support a massive distribution network of over 10,000 distributors nationwide. Amul's pricing autonomy is its strongest asset. It creates a self-sustaining financial engine that scales without needing a single politician to sign off. Then there is the Karnataka Milk Federation, or Nandini. Their strategy is entirely different. They focus almost exclusively on dominating their home state of Karnataka. Nandini's dominance relies on state financial interventions. The government pays a direct 5 rupee per liter subsidy straight to the farmers to offset production costs. The state also runs the Kshira Bhagya program, which buys millions of liters of milk to distribute in schools. This guarantees Nandini a massive, taxpayer-funded buyer for any surplus production. For the consumer, the outcome is highly attractive. Nandini offers the absolute lowest retail milk prices in India, sitting around 48 rupees per liter. Back on the quadrant chart, Nandini plots low on pricing power, but commands a massive x-axis pillar, achieving a 90% market share. But there's a paradox. As that position turns red, it reveals a flaw, surrendering pricing flexibility to political leaders. We saw this recently when Nandini needed to raise milk prices by just 4 rupees to cover escalating operational costs. That minor adjustment required extensive government lobbying and immediately sparked political backlash from opposition parties, turning a standard business decision into a public crisis. This delay creates real financial risk. Several KMF unions frequently slip into operating deficits because they cannot adapt to inflation as quickly as private players. State reliance builds an unbeatable local moat, but it caps profitability and traps the business in a permanent cycle of political dependence. These financial models dictate the products each cooperative can build. For Amul, strong margins fuel an enormous cultural footprint and an equally large portfolio. They reinvest their independent profits into 122 high-margin categories, like ice creams and chocolates. This heavily insulates them from liquid milk's tight margins. Nandini, tied to its state mandate, largely restricts its catalog to traditional, lower-margin dairy derivatives like ghee and basic sweets. The difference is even more obvious when you look at international expansion. Amul is currently making an aggressive entry into the mainstream US retail market. This map illustrates their strategy. Amul isn't shipping liquid milk from India. They've partnered with the Michigan Milk Producers Association to process fresh milk locally. This completely bypasses the logistical nightmare of transporting highly perishable liquid milk across the world. Nandini's international strategy is much more conservative. They strictly export long shelf-life goods, like milk powder and ghee, relying on distributors to stock ethnic grocery aisles in the Middle East. Amul's approach buys them a multinational fresh market footprint. Nandini's approach keeps them confined to a much smaller, specialized niche. Comparing these two massive operations reveals a fundamental choice in exactly how a modern cooperative survives in today's global market. Amul relies on strategic agility, fueled by total financial independence and a unified brand identity. Nandini functions as an engine for rural development, using government synergy to stabilize the local economy. This final matrix maps it out. The Amul model offers a framework for building a scalable national brand that pivots with consumer trends. The Nandini model demonstrates how state integration can secure an impenetrable regional monopoly. KMF prioritizes rural welfare over global corporate scaling, using government funding as a tool to ensure local economic stability. In the cooperative sector, success is determined by how well the business serves its specific socioeconomic ecosystem.